Las Vegas on September 7th.
You can't have that kind of and not have the FBI, the DEA, and the local police getting pictures. They know who do what. It's the fucking government.
We're being harassed because we come from the ghetto. And they mad that we come from the ghetto and then figured out a way to feed ourselves.
In searching for concrete answers about the reported surveillance in the 500-page book, I sat down with Lou Savelli, a former member of the NYPD. Savelli was one of the most decorated officers within the force. He was the founding member of the gang unit, which was formed in 1996. Savelli commented on surveillance footage of Snoop Dogg, said to have been taken by the NYPD in 1999 when Snoop traveled to New York to perform in concert.
Surveillance operation, specifically when Snoop was going through the tunnel, was all concern of rival gangs like the Bloods showing up at the tunnel and trying to maybe attack him or fire shots at him. Everybody now who is just your average everyday localized gang or drug crew, they all want to be Bloods and Crips because they see it on television. And if rappers are talking about, shooting people and killing people and they wear their colors in their videos, then why wouldn't our youth who are prone to become gangs, why wouldn't they want to be that? The rap industry is definitely one of the reasons why gangs have proliferated around the country and is increasing to grow.
Derek Parker was said to have been the lead detective in the NYPD gathering intelligence on the hip-hop industry. Coincidentally, Parker trained under Lou Savelli in the Gang Intelligence Division. It was said that Parker was dismissed from the NYPD after he became too close to the subjects he was supposed to be investigating, the hip-hop stars. Were the civil liberties of the artists and executives being violated? If they were, what were the implications? If they weren't, how could the book be explained? I was being pulled in two directions with each new interview.
If we don't make a hot record, then we can't feed our families tomorrow. We're not racketeering, we're not, we ain't got prostitution, we don't sell drugs or guns, so why would the government make a unit for rappers?
Cops is on everybody anyway. So why start over a hip-hop cop unit? Might as well just say just aim the niggas. The feds are always watching. Come on, federal agents, we know what's going on over here. Black boys in the hood making money, they watching.
You find out their lifestyle, you find out where they go, when they sleep, when they're up, who they party with, who they rock and roll with, who they talk to.
I can imagine how they feel. It's like somebody got their finger in your eyeball. Do you feel comfortable with somebody's finger in your eyeball? And they just sitting there.
It wasn't so long ago that racial profiling was uncovered as an act that was being conducted by police, and actions have been taken to shine a spotlight on that to stop it.
There is nobody targeting the rap industry. We're targeting violence and crime. Never before have we ever seen this amount of violence in any industry.
It's fucked up for us because we give people roofs over their head, we create livelihoods for people, jobs and shit like that. And they don't look at it like that, and they don't put all the positive shit that we do in the papers, and they don't put the shit on the news. They just wait for us to slip and do something bad and shit like that, then they put it out there.
When I get pulled over in a car and the police play me in front of my child because I'm rhyming, it's about them making sure that my children from young see that we ain't shit here. And whenever they say we gotta jump and ask how high and strip butt-ass naked in the middle of the street and get arrested and harassed and manhandled in front of all these people to see, they planting fear in us so that we can never identify with the fact that that fear really comes from them being scared of who we are.
In the course of my research, I was given a tape by members of the hip-hop record label Rough Riders. It was a real-life example of the divide that seemed to exist between hip-hop and the cops.
You're under arrest. Turn around.
Family, please don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, man. What did I do? Why you do that, man? What's wrong? I'm not being
You fucking hit me with the car, you son.
I can't be sorry. You're under arrest. I didn't hit you with the car, my man.
Sir, what are you doing?
I didn't hit you. Calm down, officer.
Whoa, it's not resisting.
Yo, tell him to stop it. Tell him to put his hand behind his. All right,
I might have that on tape.
Nah.
What?
Personal property.
I'm hired to do a job. You can't take my tape. You can't take my tape.
As a detective for nearly 18 years of my 20 years as a member of the NYPD, I know how investigations work, and I know the necessity of having intelligence and being aware of associates and being able to have sort of a file on certain people that would have a propensity for violence. It's smart. It's good investigative technique.
Why is this person showing up repeatedly in this criminal's life? And until you eliminate that other person as an associate or part of the problem, that person's going to remain under surveillance.
Where I come from, a killer might be my best friend. Where I come from, a stick-up kid might be the cat who takes my son across the street to school. They use that as a pretext to get involved. Oh, you're associating with a known felon. Shit, he's my cousin.
You follow Puffy around, somebody who you know is a known killer. He visits Puffy, he goes home, you continue to follow Puffy.
They're gonna pull everybody up that ever had anything to do with the record business. And then they're gonna look at everybody who was arrested. It's putting an MO together of a group of individuals.
The government has, in the Bush administration, dramatically expanded its electronic and other forms of surveillance of people simply because they're engaged in political activity.
Even within the New York City Police Department, there are obvious problems with a particular unit being devoted just to the hip-hop industry. To make matters more complex, both Anthony Miranda and Eric Adams, veteran NYPD officers, claim they themselves were put under surveillance by the department.
We don't know the extent of the surveillance. We don't know if they actually tapped our phones, but they did monitor our phone records. They did look into who we spoke to. They did follow us.
The standard is so low now that they can surveil anybody they want to and justify it. And then later on say, oh, I'm sorry. But what are you sorry about exactly? Taking pictures of my wife, taking pictures of my kid, taking pictures of my babysitter? What part of that are you sorry about?
6 months into my research of the interaction between law enforcement and the hip-hop industry, and after filing a total of 12 Freedom of Information Act requests, I stopped receiving my mail for a period of a month and a half. No letters, no bills, no junk mail, no catalogs, nothing. A few weeks later, all my mail showed up. Coincidence or not, there was a letter from the IRS. I was personally being audited.